Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a hot minute since I've done any real sort of crafting. I've said in a few videos I've not been feeling very crafty. Everything that's going on is really sort of not been making me want to craft. However, it is the 25th and today is Smash That Small Paper Pad. I haven't done anything for it. I haven't even looked at any of my paper pads, I'm going to be totally honest. But I thought I'm going to use this as an opportunity to make myself come back in my craft room. So what I've done is, if you watched my last video, you'll know that I, as part of what I did, I created my drawer set and things like that. But I also made quite a few card blanks that I never got round to finishing off. And I also made a bundle of rosettes and some little like geisha girl doll things as well. So I thought what I would do is I've collected around me, and if you could see around me in my craft room, I've set up my other table and I've got all my embellishments, fibres, flowers that I've made, little sentiment stickers, all that sort of stuff on the table behind me. I've also die cut a load of greenery, just some other elements there that I die cut for this. And I've also grabbed out, excuse me knocking my camera, a box where if I cut too many of something, or sometimes people will send die cuts and things in Happy Mail and I can't think of a project to use them on at that minute, I will pop them into this box, and then when I'm perhaps wanting a bit of inspiration, sometimes I find going through this box of die cuts, and there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of die cuts in here, will sometimes just give me that inspiration to get cracking. So I've pulled that box out and I can see straight away there's lots of really nice sort of backgroundy textury type pieces that are going to be really good for this project. So I've got that to work with as well. So what I thought we would do is finish and completely smash that paper pad, because these were the bits that I'd got left from creating the cards and the box and everything. So this is literally all I've got left of that paper pad. So I thought we'll use that up, and then I will show you the paper pad that I'm going to start working on for next time. So what I'll probably do is I will pause the video and get started just to get into the flow of it, and then I'll come back and we'll perhaps do a card and a rosette together. Okay, so I've had a little play. Time is running out, and I'm not going to get the opportunity to do all of these before this video's got to be up, so I will do it in two parts. So I'll show you the two cards that I've made, and then we can make a card together. I'll get the video up, and then I'll do another video doing some of the other bits and pieces. So I've done two cards. So this is the first one, and this is my favourite of the two. It's taken me a little bit of getting into sort of finding some creative flow, I think, but I do really like this one. So I've made a little cluster of some of the paper strips that were left and flagged them to make a little like banner cluster at the back there, and then I found this lovely die cut in my box of cuts that I'd got to the one side, and I've just inked that a little bit with some wild honey ink, just so that it wasn't quite so bright white, because it sort of didn't fit with the colour scheme. On top of that, I've put one of my handmade flowers that I've made with book paper and then inked it with carved pumpkin ink. These are actually leftover ones from when I did the autumn banner. And then I've just put some little bits of greenery in the background there. I've made like another little cluster thing here with some of the scraps of paper and with the gold strip that was left from punching borders, I think, for the diaries when in the first one that I did. And then I've put this Hello Beautiful sticker that I got in some Happy Mail, and then one of the images that I've printed off of Pinterest, and I've put some little gems down the side there, and then I've just stuck this little sticker from the Tim Holtz, not sure which set it is, I think it might be Quotations. Anyway, it's one of the Tim Holtz sticker sets, and it's just says See the World, which I thought was quite appropriate for this card. And then I've layered that image up on a little bit of gold as well. And then this one had already got the inside done, so then you've just got space there to write. So that's a really lovely one that I will send out in Happy Mail at some point. And then this was the first one that I did, and I like it more now. I've put a couple of little bits of bling and stuff on it. It still needs something, but I'm not entirely sure what yet, so I'm just going to leave it for the time being. But yeah, again, I've done the image, I've popped that up a little bit, just put a little sentiment there, just because you're special. Some bling pieces. That was actually a brad. I just cut the arms off the back of it and hot glued that into place. Again, I've done one of those little banner clusters. This time I've put a little bit of gold eyelash trim over the top of that. And then one of the little tiny rosettes that I've made, I've put a little black punched circle. Just seeing if I can find another one. There's one. So one of these, just a die cut. Sorry, the lighting's it's really bright in here because it's a sunny day for a change. And then I've put one of the little rosettes that I made on the top of that, and I've put some little handmade flowers on there, little glittery pink one and two like little daisy type ones and a little sprig. And then I've put this lovely flagged banner die cut just across the top there, and glued it in place up there. And again, that's got some border strips punched out and put on the inside. So that's that one. So those are the two that I've made. And then I thought that we could, I was just about to make another one, and then I thought, time's running out. We'll do this one together. I'll upload the video, and then I think what I'll do is I'll carry on, and I'll sort of keep jumping in and filming bits, and then I'll put sort of like a part 2 for anybody that wants to see me doing the rosettes and things. I will, I'll put another video on either today or tomorrow with me doing those. But I thought we could do this one together. So this was the card blank. Just a couple of patterned papers with a gold border, and then it's got that lovely border strip down the centre there. So you could do this either way. You could have it that way and have it as the bottom border, or you could do it that way and have it as a side border, which is the way that I'm going to do it. I've also got an image that I cut out, and then I've cut a mat of, it's like a very, very pale pink, it's like a Centura Pearl type card, and then I'm just going to put the image on the top of there. Again, I've got a die cut that I think I'm going to do something like that. I found out a few strips of paper, so I'm going to make a flagged banner thing. So I thought we could do it together. So first of all, I'm looking for an ink. Not that one. Oops. Chucking stuff everywhere. Right, so I'm going to ink just a little bit, just very lightly around the edge of this pink one. I don't want it to be too much. I just want it to sort of edge it very, very slightly so that it doesn't just sort of blend into the background. That will do. Okay, I'm going to keep knocking the camera because of where I've put it. I've got everything all around me. Leave the mess that's going on in my craft room if you can see it. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to pop this up because I do like that little bit of dimension in my cards. So just a scrap bit of lightweight corrugated cardboard, just packaging, and I'm just going to snip a piece of this out. There we go. And I'll just pop that image up. So all I'm going to do is just make sure it fits, and then put a bit of white glue. Ooh, running low on my glue. Thankfully I went and bought a bottle before we went into lockdown, so I have got sufficient glue to keep me going for a few weeks. Right, and then I'm just going to put a bit more. There we go. And just pop that in the middle there. And the nice thing about the white glue is you can move it about a little bit to get it where you want it. So that's that. And then obviously I've got this piece, which I think I'm going to do it like that. But I want to make my cluster, my banner cluster first, so I can sort of play with that. I'm just going to try and pull a curtain across and see if that helps with the light. Right, I think that's a little bit better. It's still quite bright, but we will make do. Okay, so I've got some Lucky Clover distress ink, and I'm just going to ink the edges of this. Okay, I need my scissors, which are here. Can't find anything now because it's such a tip. So To flag mine, I just sort of cut up in the middle there and then just aim from the corner to the edge of that cut, and then do the same on the other side and meet the cut that I've just made, and then you get a nice sort of fishtail flag. And just ink that like that. And then with these ones, I'm just cutting them at an angle, deciding how much I want. I can always trim them down, but so that's about right. And again, I can trim the top of this one down in a sec once I've sort of clustered it. There we go. So all I do is pop those two pieces together, and you can obviously do it in any order at all. You can, you know, have your colours whatever way you want them. You can have your banner pieces. So you can cut them down to make them thinner if it's not working for you. Obviously you can do it on a cutter, or you can just do it with a pair of scissors, doesn't really matter. Same for that one. So if you want them exactly the same, obviously you can line them up back to back and then trim it down. It doesn't matter too much for me. I'm not really bothered about how matching they are. They don't need to be. That's better. They were a bit thick for me. I wanted them just a little bit thinner. Okay. So again, I'm just going to sort of match them up together. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue between these two. Like that. And then on this one, I'm going to decide what length I want it. But I am also going to try it in here, because I'm not going to put this one down that way like I did with the other ones. I'm going to put it across the middle of the page like that, and then pop that over top like that, and that like that, I think. And now I'm not sure. And this is why it takes me so long to do any of them, because I faff about. Nothing's ever quite right. It's not quite the way I want it. I don't know. Maybe it's because it needs a bit of something to brighten it. I've got a bit of white eyelash trim here. So I'm going to start by just making the cluster, because I'm faffing now, and I've just ripped those two bits apart because I didn't like the way that they looked, so I'm putting them the opposite way. And then I'm going to put a couple of bits of eyelash trim in there. So move that off to the side, and then I'm going to hold all of that together, put a blob of glue on, and I am going to use my tweezers so I don't burn myself. That's it. There. That's better. Okay. So put them like that. Yes, I like that. So I'm not going to glue my banner bit all the way along because I do like leaving things with a little bit of motion. So I'm just going to put glue at the left sort of edge. Obviously it'll get held down more by the things that you put in place. So again, I don't want the glue where you're going to see it for this black piece. So for now, I'm just going to tack it into place there. This is a silicone heat protector that you pop on the end of your finger so you don't burn yourself with your hot glue gun. Essential in my craft room, because that seems to be a favourite trick of mine. And then I'm going to pop some glue on this one. Now this one I will glue all the way down. And like I say, that will in turn tack a load of the stuff that's underneath it more firmly in place. So there we go. And it's just a case of holding it, obviously, while the hot glue sets. That's that. So you've still got all your nice bits of eyelash trim showing. And obviously you can snip that the way, you know, to whatever length you want it. So that's just right for me. Okay, now then, I'm wondering about putting a floral element just here. So let's have a look what we've got in my box of flowers that I've made. So I've got some more of those lovely book paper ones. Thinking just the one, or I've got, I prefer the book paper one, so we'll go with that one. Feeling a bit croaky today. Okay, and then I've got some of these like daisy type ones that I've made as well, with all the different coloured centres. So probably put a couple of those in, and then some greenery. I may put some little filler ones in, we'll see what it's like once we get the greenery in there. So I've got this little tray full of all different bits of greenery that I've cut out for this project. So what I'm going to do is just find a couple of pieces. Quite like that nice sort of glittery colour, so I think I'll put those there like that. Lovely. Just so again, if I just put my silicone thing on, I can just push that into place, and the same on this side, push that into place, and pop my flower just there. That's really pretty. I really like that. I love that bit of that spray of greenery on either side. I think greenery just really brightens up a project, and it can make the difference between a project looking really amazing and, you know, just a bit sort of, oh yeah, it's okay. For me, it quite often is that sort of finishing touch. I've also got some little like spray bits in here as well, so just finding a few of those out, because they could go in with our daisies. So what I will do is pop a daisy either side. Now, do I want it exactly in line, or do I want them just on the, oh, I can't make my mind up. Oh, I don't know now. See, faffing again. This is what happens. This is why nothing ever gets done in my craft room. I am a prize faffer. There we go. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of one of these little stems here, and just pop that one there. And the glue strings, I try not to get myself too upset about the glue strings because I can go over it after I have finished. Just if you blow over it with a hot glue gun, it all comes off. So it just sort of melts it and you can't see it then. So otherwise you end up sitting there for ages pulling away at all the strings. So I try not to do that. And then I've got some little tiny filler flowers as well. So I'm going to pop some of those into place. That's it. There we go. I think that will do for my little cluster. That's really pretty. Could just do with. Oh, I know. I've got these like pearls on a string that I got from AliExpress. I think they come under like a bridle. If you look up wedding decorations or something, I think that's how I found them. But they're really nice again to just tuck into sprays. So a bit of glue just up the top here. Lovely. And I've just dropped one, can't find it. There it is. A single one on its own. I'll just tuck that one into that glue while it's still hot. And then can't find the other bit that I've just cut, but it will turn up. My desk is just a horrific mess now. So oops, snip another 3 off, put a bit of glue on, and just tuck that under there. And then again, while that glue's still hot, just tuck that little single one in on its own. That's nice, I like that. Pleased with that. Okay, this wants a little bit of something. There's the 3, told you it would turn up. This wants a bit of something here. So, I'm looking at my gem pot. Trying to think what I want to go on there. It's too silver. If I've got any of those left. I have got these, which are really, these brighten things up. So just a couple of those down there. Look in the other gem pot and see what I've got. The problem when you've got loads is it sometimes is too much choice. These are quite subtle, very nice. Yeah, I think I'll go with one of those there. Do I want any anywhere else? No, I don't think so. Oh my gosh. Right, I've got some tiny ones of those as well. So. And about. Oops. Going to be just 2 of those. I'm going to have to do these with white glue so that I can shuffle them into place. Obviously you can use a stone tool thing, pick up tool. I have got one. I'm just too lazy to look for it. Okay, so that's those. Still feel like it wants something. In these corners, let's see what we've got. And they're a bit big. They're very nice, but a bit big and a bit too glitzy. What about those? Okay, stop faffing. Just do it, Sarah. We'll be here all day. Still be here next month, messing about with the blinking things. Okay. There we go. Yeah, like it. Right, so then we just want a sentiment or a word. Again, I've got lots to choose from. I've clearly been prepping for isolation or quarantine because I've got enough to keep me going forever. So I've got these lovely ones. These came in Happy Mail. I think they were from the States actually, and I love them. But that means that I'm tight and I don't like to use them. I like to keep them all to myself. But they are cute. Oh, I like that one there. Hey there. There. Perfect. That's a nice finishing touch. So that's that one. I know that you're probably really struggling to see this because of the lighting in here. I just can't get the lighting right in this room. It's either too bright or too dark or... But hey ho, there we go. That's the one that we've made together. So, like I say, I've done those 3 cards. I will put the video up now so that you can you guys get this at 3 o'clock as it's supposed to go up. And then I will continue crafting and I will finish off all of the cards and I will do the rosettes, but I will do them in a separate video. So do come back and check my channel out later or click the bell icon and then you'll get a notification, and I will finish this off, like I say, in another video. So don't forget that this is part of a hop. There are lots of other fantastic artists and creators in on this collaboration. Their links will be in the description box below this video. It may not be straight away because I am going to upload this straight from my phone so that I haven't got to put it through the editing software. We are homeschooling in the UK now. My daughter, although both me and my husband are actually key workers, we've decided to keep my daughter home. I do have a 21-year-old daughter as well who is just being fantastic. In fact, they're both being fantastic throughout this. My daughter's doing her schoolwork with no complaints. My elder daughter's writing her dissertation, but she's also helping out around the house and helping with her sister. So they are being fantastic. But it does mean that we're homeschooling. So my daughter has got the PC, so I can't get to my editing software as much. So I'm sort of having to just sort of do the best that I can, really. I will put the links on, but it might be a little bit later. Sorry, I went off at a tangent there. Anyway, I will see you all again very soon in the next crafty video, and I hope you join me. Bye for now.